Wizards of the Coast has announced a new D&D RPG in the works from the former director of Jedi Survivor's new studio, and Owlcat is up to something. You see, they sent me this mysterious puzzle thing, and I'm actually kind of shit at puzzles, so I need your help in solving that puzzle from Owlcat. First, the D&D game. On that front, the D&D front, we already knew a while back that Hasbro, or Wizards of the Coast, wanted to make some more games on the heels of Baldur's Gate 3's success. I mean, who the hell wouldn't? And with Larian pulling out from Wizards of the Coast, and with it a lot of our hope and dreams for the rest of the IP, because who would trust Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro at this point? Well, it sounds like they're making at least an interesting move here for a new RPG. Why do I find this fun? But I do. I don't know why, but it's fun. They just announced one of their newest games that they have in the hopper. It's coming from Giant Skull, the brand new developer helmed by Stig Amundsen, who was the director of Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor. Amundsen left Respawn and formed the new studio honestly just about a year ago in March of 2024. And honestly, your first game as a studio using the D&D IP is ambitious, exciting, and comes with a whole heap of risk. But if 2025 has shown us anything, it's that, well, a new studio releasing their very first game can release a freaking banger that immediately jumps into the Game of the Year conversation. And it's not like Stig Amundsen hasn't worked with giant IPs before, because is there a bigger IP than Star Wars?
Well,
No!
Good thing we weren't.
Damn it. I jumped too fast. And then again.
Good thing we weren't standing. Good thing we weren't standing. Good thing we weren't standing.
Am I in a loop?
Good thing we weren't standing. Good thing we.
The game will be a single-player action adventure, so it sounds a whole lot like Jedi Fallen Order, which was a revelation for me as a longtime Star Wars fan who was tired of the live service parade of bullshit coming out of the IP under EA. Does anyone else remember when EA got a class action lawsuit because their loot boxes were so egregious that people were saying that it's gambling? Pepperidge Farm remembers. For the new D&D game, we don't know much else. We don't know where it will be set or even have an estimate of how long until we get more of it, but it's safe to guess it'll probably be at least a few years before we hear much of anything. And with a setting as large as D&D, there's a lot that they could go with. Giant Skull's mission statement is that they want to create a AAA single-player focused action adventure. Given Stig's history, I'm gonna go with that being a set protagonist game with powerful storytelling, engaging combat, and rich characters. So basically not a create your own character type of RPG. And with that, when you take D&D and you take that kind of background, there's one character, one primary character that just like springs to mind for me. Now this is all just wish casting. It's me putting it out there into the universe. But a single player action adventure as Drizzt would be fucking amazing. Drizzt has been in games before, sometimes as a secret, unlockable character, other times more prominently, but if there's anything that would wash the bad taste of Took Games' incomplete and buggy rendition of the Companions of the Hall, I think the mind behind Jedi Fallen Order games would be a perfect place for an action-oriented Drizzt game. After all, you already have the companion that can be with you and summoned to help you all the time with Guinevere, right? But that is just my wish for the game, and I want to know what your wish for the game would be. Because again, it's such a broad spectrum of different settings you can pick from. What would you want this D&D game to be like? What character, if it's a set character, would you like them to follow that story of? What is the number one thing that you would like to see? Because this is the awesome part of when we get to see games. Before anything's announced, we can just put our hopes into it. We can wish for things. And that's what I want to talk about. Let's chat about what this game could be before we find out what it is.
I know who you messed
But for now, I mentioned something mysterious, something that I need your help with as well. And I guess I'm being kind of needy here, because not only am I asking you to give me your wishes, but I also need you to help me fix this shit, because I don't know what this means. We're gonna see where I was given this little really cryptic message from Owlcat. They emailed it to me, and I'm just like, I don't know what any of this means. And they gave me this video, and I want to watch it together with you. Let's figure it out together.
Hi, I know who you messed with. I have information about Cyrus. And to prove you must get me out of here. Zabar will bow out of the sending my coordinates.
What the fuck? Oh wait, shit, what is that? Oh, there's another one too, down there at the bottom right. Cyrus.
Hi, I know who you messed with. I have information about Cyrus. And to prove you must get me out of here. Zabar will bow out of the sending my coordinates.
Now, my best bet is that's going to be something to do with their newly announced Warhammer 40k Dark Heresy. That's got to be something to do with that. And like, it sounds like it's coming from like a prison message, like maybe trying to break someone out of prison. That's my initial thought on it, what it could possibly be. And the message, I only played the first time the message played. It plays a couple times over and it just repeats the same message. So if you want to go back to that message, I'll put the timestamp of the message down there below so you can re-listen to it over and over again and see if you can make out what they're saying. Because I really couldn't. It sounds like a plea from somebody who has information we need, and we have to break them out of prison. We'll see what it is. There's gonna be some dark and terrifying and awful prison, isn't it? I don't know. I have never been huge into the Warhammer 40k universe. I just know it's dark and scary, and I'm excited to actually jump into it because I really want to play this game when it comes out. The Warhammer Dark Heresy, as well as their original Warhammer 40k game. But thank you so much for watching. My name is Redbeard Flynn, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all soon.
Hi, I know who you messed with. I have information about Cyrus. And to prove you must get me out of here. Zabar will bow out of